Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Practical Organic Living. In today's episode, we're going to show you the results of growing our watermelon up a trellis this year, and we're going to actually do a taste test on the two varieties that we planted, just to see if our experiment was a success. So the reason why we wanted to plant upwards is because, as you can see, we don't have a very big backyard. For some other small garden growers, we want to be able to grow watermelon, but they take up a lot of space. So if you try to grow on the ground, they sprawl too long. So we decided to plant our plants upwards. So we dedicated 3 raised beds to planting watermelon this year. And we planted 4 watermelon plants in each raised bed, 1 for each trellis. So I have a Texas tomato trellis that we're using to grow upwards. And this is probably, I don't know, like 8 feet, maybe 10 feet by now. We started our watermelon from seeds indoors because watermelon plants need a pretty high temperature to germinate. And by the time you get them in the ground in the summer, you've already lost a month of time. And we transplanted our watermelons out about in mid-May, but this year was a little cold, so they didn't really take off until June. And as you can see, from June to July, they have just exploded like crazy. Just a couple weeks ago, you could see a lot more watermelons up on the trellis, but now the vines have pretty much overtaken the trellises. So you can't even tell there's trellises here anymore because that's how productive the watermelon vines have become. And all along, you can see there's lots of different watermelon that's forming. This is a pretty good sign of bee activity because in order to produce watermelon, you have to have bees pollinate the male flowers and the female flowers. So we planted smaller watermelons because obviously you cannot hang 40-pound watermelons on the trellis. So the watermelons we planted were supposed to be about 2-3 pounds, but I think they're a lot bigger than that. So now I'm gonna take you over to the other side where there's a ripe watermelon, and I'm gonna harvest it, and Sally's gonna cut it open and show you what it looks like inside. So one disadvantage of growing watermelons up a trellis or growing watermelons vertically is that it's actually a little hard to see the watermelon sometimes. Because if it's on the ground, it's a lot easier to see. But if it's hidden in a jungle of watermelon vines, it may be hard to find. So this watermelon here is actually one that's a lot easier to find, and it's about ripe now. So I'm gonna cut this watermelon down and we're gonna slice it open. One way actually to know if any melon's ripe is when you cut it and this brown sap forms. It's a good indication that you're gonna get a pretty sweet melon. So this is supposed to be a pocket-sized watermelon, a 1 to 2 pounder, but both of these feel a lot heavier. And we're gonna weigh this in a bit so you'll see how much it actually weighs. So this variety is called Otome. This is supposed to be 3-4 pounds. And it's supposed to have a pink salmon flesh, and it's supposed to be sweet and especially early maturing. So this watermelon was actually harvested from this plant here. I harvested this one inside here about a day ago, and here's some footage of me actually harvesting it with one hand. All right, we're gonna put this Otome watermelon in here. So this weighs about between 5 to 6 pounds. So this is a lot bigger than the advertised weight of 3 to 4 pounds. Now we're gonna weigh the other watermelon, the lemon drop watermelon. So this is about 4.5 pounds. So this is also more than double the advertised weight because this is supposed to weigh between 1 to 2 pounds.
So I'm gonna cut open the lemon drop. As soon as the knife went into the fruit, you can see it started to crack on the side. To me, this is a sign that the fruit is very, very ripe. It looks pretty good. It looks really juicy. And the rind seems pretty thin.
Let's see if bigger means tastier. Good.
It's very sweet. Should we test the bricks? So for watermelon, if it's pretty sweet, the bricks is between 9 to 10, and our bricks is at 11. Yeah, so I am actually really impressed with this pocket-sized lemon drop because we have planted yellow watermelons before, but this one, I feel it's very sweet and it still got some crispness. So this is what I really enjoy in a good watermelon. You want sweet and crispy. So next we're gonna cut open the Otome watermelon. Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah.
It's pretty ripe, I think. It definitely has like a salmon colored flesh. gonna try this one. This one's also really sweet, but it's not as crispy as the lemon drop. The lemon drop has more flavor. See what the bricks is. Okay, so this one is about a 9. So yeah, this one is a 9. So I think if we're gonna plant watermelon again, which is most likely, we would definitely go for the lemon drop. Why? Well, the first reason is it's sweeter. I think the seed packet description says it's candy sweet, which is absolutely correct. Our bricks was 11. It's also easier to spot in the watermelon trellis. So this is a winner.
So that was our video on growing watermelon up a trellis and harvesting the watermelons. And these watermelons taste a lot better than what we get from the store. So we hope we inspired you to grow some watermelons. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.